Hello, welcome to the channel. Thank you for leaving comments, like, shares and subscribe. Okie dokie karaoke. Let me fix this camera a little bit. Fuck yeah. Okay, let's get fucking huge. But this isn't about that. This is about recovery. I'm going to go over from DNA, the bring the we are with you and all that stuff. Right, so I don't not endorse it or anything. I love it. 12-step program does not work for me. I'm not saying it won't work for you. It doesn't work for me. And I'll tell you why. It's because I am not one and off, for the simple reason, I'll let you know this now. I have walked around the streets begging for 50 pence, 30 pence and that, right? With nothing. And it's been shit to grafts, like, and I've had nothing. I've had like fucking one bag of fucking crack. I never took heroin, as you know, if you watch. And in this time, people are coming over to me offering me ecstasy, and these people I know as well. I know it's real, the drugs. Pink, cocaine, speed, teen, everything. I said no to a lot of it, even when I was desperate for a pipe, because that's not what I want. I got prescribed pre-cabs regularly at the highest milligram. I didn't ever take one, ever. I'd sell them, I'd sell a box of them for a £5 white, like, or a £10 white, the whole 32 in the box. They didn't mean anything to me. There was no point where I'd ever go, oh, I'll just take these. Also, I regularly get prescribed the antipsychotics, which I take regularly. Didn't abuse them either, even when I was sweating on a pipe. Again, I would go and sell the whole fucking box for the £10 white. Doesn't get me wrong, if I could get more than that, do it. But usually, I just know that if I'm fucked, these are in my pocket, someone will give me a £10 white for these. Simple as that. And in this time, like I said, I got offered every drug known to man. I said no to it. And when I'm out here, I just have that drink and that. I don't drink, I am not one and off. Now, joints, everything, no. Doesn't bother me. In terms of drinking alcohol, if I do a play, I'm having a glass of wine after it to socialise and that. I accept certain things. I can never go to a club ever again. I can never, well, a club, but it won't be pointless. I'll be in there for 2 minutes. I can never go to a festival ever again. Even a communion, a christening, a wedding. The minute Class A's come out and I see people doing that, right, jaw going and that, right, I am going to want to smoke crack. I'm not going to want to go and get a line of coke, get on the ping, and like, it means fuck all to me. I don't want that. But what I will do, which is people, places and things, which I do believe in, is it'll make me want to score. So I don't put myself in that situation. I don't surround myself with them people, and I don't have them things around me. Alcohol will never bother me. Ever. And people couldn't understand this, like how I'd sit there and like I'd say, and they'd be like, ow, like, because it doesn't ask me. Like there was cans in the fridge and that, like in my exes, that I had to throw out because they went out of date. Out of date, you know what I mean? And this is wow, I was a user. Like Christmas and that, I'll have a prosecco with me mum, one glass. It doesn't alter my mind state. I don't like being drunk. If I can go to a pub and just drink, it's not unnatural to me to drink Coca-Cola in a pub. But should I want a bottle of Budweiser, I'm getting one. And I'll never drink more than 4. Don't like the feeling of being pissed. Do like being tipsy and that. But it doesn't alter my mind state to the point where I want to go and score. People cannot accept this in recovery groups. And it's also detrimental for them as well, which is why I don't attend every week, because they can't accept it that much, that like they will try to convince me that that's not the right way to go about it. But at the same time in saying that, saying only you can do your recovery, so why are you trying to do it for me? I'll overanalyze and research everything. You tell me, which they tell me to hand my recovery over, hand it over to my higher power. Now I've handed myself, not me recovery, myself to God, and I'm not this big spiritual. I'm just saying, I do believe in God, and I'm like, please help me get through this. I pray. The minute you say hand your recovery over, hand it over. I've handed it right over. I'm not taking any responsibility for anything. That's my mental health. That's the way my mind works. Somewhere in there, you've automatically given me an excuse to fail, and I will live off that excuse because I'm an addict. Whether it takes 1 week, 1 month, 1 year, 6 years, I am going to hand it over, and I'm going to go, phone me sponsor and that, knowing that they can't pull me out of it, because only you can help yourself. I don't mean don't reach out when you want, when you need help, and that. And if that helps you, your sponsor and the 12 steps and all that, go and fucking do it. If you have to run around your house bollock naked 6 times a day to stay clean, go and do it. I don't. If I hand it over, I'm handing everything over. Plus, I don't like it in me tags and having to be honest and go there. If I want a spliff, I don't want one, ever. And if I feel like I need one, then I know that's an addict speaking. But I still go to Amsterdam because I love Holland. I still go to Rotterdam. That doesn't mean I'll go into every coffee shop. Or if I suddenly go, I feel like getting stones and writing a poem here, I'm going to do it. Simple as that. I'm not going to come home and buy 50-20 bags. It's never going to happen. I'm not going to start getting on the crack while I'm in the dam, start sniffing them up. People cannot accept this who are in recovery. They can't accept it because it's a life that they want to live and can't. And I am deeply sorry about that, really, that you can't do that. But just because you can't doesn't mean I can't. I can. It's that simple. And for the year that I was in recovery, I didn't want to accept it. I felt harsh on people, and then this is the thing that they're trying to tell me I'm wrong, but at the same time telling me that no one is the same, addiction isn't the same, not everyone's addiction is the same, not everyone can deal with it in the same way. That's what it means. Not everyone can lift a weight and gain the same amount of weight. Not everyone can read a book and get the same information from a book. I can play with a football from the minute I'm born until now. I will never, ever, ever be Messi. I will never be Ronaldo. Same thing applies to addiction. You can drill that into me as much as you want. It's not going to work. What does work is, if you have got any spiritual beliefs like God, higher power and that, accept it, and you don't have to fully hand yourself over. You just have to be honest with yourself. People, places and things is fucking huge, absolutely huge, you know what I mean? Plus, if you are, the saying goes, if you sat in a barbershop for long enough, you're going to get an haircut. Facts. That doesn't apply to me if I'm sitting in pubs, coffee shops, this, that, it applies to me if I am around people who use Class A drugs. That's it. If you use Class A drugs, I cannot be around you when you start using them drugs, or if you frequently use them drugs. It doesn't mean I can't go in a pub. It doesn't mean I can't sit with someone that smokes weed, because I can't avoid that in most aspects of life. Like, even if I cut these people out of my life completely, I still have to bump into them every now and then or whatever. I'm not going to sit and associate with them because it's still a drug and it's not the life that I want to live. I want to do this and carry on doing this. But you have to accept that, like, as much as you might not want to, people who go to NA and other things and that, right, and CA and AA, and I do pop in from time to time, it does not work for me. I'm better off in 6 weeks clean doing it this way than I was in a year. It does not work for me. And you can't tell me it does for the simple reason that you are not me. So unless you can somehow get inside my mind and inside my body and live my life, you can't tell me that any more than I can't tell you that it does work fully. And I should, same thing, I can't tell you that it does not work like that for me. But I love it. I love the principles, I love the discipline. A 12-step program's never going to work for me. I've read it, I've researched it, I've done it on my own. I've read everything about it. I wrote the notes to myself. I looked within. I don't need to hand that over to a sponsor. I don't need anyone to sponsor me, for the simple reason that I am going to hand you my addiction and I want you to do it for me. That's the way my mind works. Give me something to learn, I'm going to learn it inside out, especially when it's deeply affecting my life. And what you got to sit there is ask yourself these questions, right? really. If you're anything like me, if you're not, go to all the programs, go every week, do a 90 and 90. If you're one and off, if a drink makes you want this and that and the other. I openly take steroids. This means in NA, in the brain, places like that, I am never clean. I am never classed as clean. Can you imagine what that'll do to my psychology, my mindset, if you say I'm never clean because I've had one glass of Prosecco, because I actively use testosterone? I'm gonna smoke crack. You know why? Because you're my excuse. You've given me that excuse. I don't need that in my life. I need to pop in every now and then because it's vital, and the horror stories are great, and I don't mean great in a good way. What I mean is you need to listen to this shit. Do you know what I mean? And it's not, I don't mean shit, I mean in general, the broader spectrum. You need to listen. You are an addict, you need to accept it, right? But only you can do your recovery. Do not let anyone tell you that this is the only way in the way, and that's what a lot of them will try to do. Doesn't mean don't go, doesn't mean don't pop in. Take what you do, take what you will from it, and apply your own knowledge to it. You are your own person, you are your own individual. You hold the rails, grab the bull by the horns and do it yourself. And if that means that you need to hand it over, have a sponsor, that's the way you do it. That's what you've got to do. But if that means you're like me, and you're like, well, I just genuinely don't substitute drugs, and I've never had an addiction to anything else, and even in the depths of it, I will still say no to everything that you offer me. Even when I'm cracked up to the nines, I am still saying no if it's not crack. I will walk from here to Zimbabwe to get crack, even if you've got lemon hair, and say, is it enough for me to wash now on a spoon to smoke the fucking thing? No. See you later. You're wasting me time. I'm going to get crack. I take that Gary. I don't know what's going to happen to me. It's possibly going to stop me from getting more crack. If I take that ping, I don't really know what state of mind I'm going to be in. It's possibly going to stop me from getting more crack. No matter what drug is in my system or alcohol, I'm not going to want that. I'm going to want crack. And that's how simple it is. And I've never ever, I've sat there with boxes of drug, and it just doesn't affect me. I'm still walking around in the piss and down rain freezing, and people are offering me all sorts of different types of drugs to get the drug that I want, right? A lot of other addicts will not do that. They will just take it. They're still going to get their drug of choice, but for me, that drug of choice is the only drug. There is no other choice. There's no other option. There's no A, B, C, D, E. There's A. Well, C, crack. But that's all it is. That's all it'll ever be. And I'm not saying this to have a go at anyone either, or to say, well, I'm saying it because what I went through and what I've gone through with my addiction and that as well, don't get me wrong, I'm not blaming anyone. It's my fault. But it's my fault as well for not just being open and honest and sticking to my principles and not letting other people get the better of me. Well, you could be right. Don't get me wrong, I've researched it to the hilt, clean and sober. You can't research anything while you're in active addiction. And because there's a potential that I'm lying to myself before I researched it, and then people are right and I am one and off, and I just don't want to believe it. Do you know what I mean? But it's not the truth. I've researched it sober, I've researched it in addiction, I've researched it right now, and it's not the truth. So what I should have done in that time, and to never stay clean, because it meant for me, don't get me wrong, I was saying it was for me, but it was to see me kids, it was to get back with my ex, and that this is the last time I was clean. This time it genuinely is for me. But if I do these groups day in, day out, and this brink, blah, 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 because of a willingness and like me mental health as well, me UPT, of wanting to be accepted and wanting to be liked and wanting to, I find it hard to say no to, like, not to a drug or anything like that, but to someone's way of believing, because I want them to like me. I don't care about the drug, because that's not you liking me. I'm not going to say yes to any drug just so you like me. But in terms of if you're clean and you're living a good life and whatever, and this is the way, I feel out of order, and I start feeling like a weird sense of rejection and loss and like fucking abandonment if I don't like come round to your way of thinking. And I'll never come round to that way of thinking, but I'll tell you I am, and I'll lie to your face about it, because I want you to feel better. what do you think that's doing to me? And that's what I'll do. Like I said, you stay in a barbershop for long enough, you're going to get an haircut. And that's what happens to me in them groups as well. I will never, ever, ever fully come round to that way of thinking. But I will definitely, after a few weeks of going day in, day out, lie to you and say that I have. Because I don't want to let you down as a person. I don't want you to feel the way I feel. And I don't want to be abandoned or rejected. This is a lonely road and I'm doing it alone. But I still attend groups. I still phone psychologists. I still go meet doctor. I still do all that stuff. Not saying don't go. And like I said, you need to do a 90 and 90, do the fucking 90 and 90. It's not me, baby. It's not me. And if that's hard to accept, it's hard to accept. But it is what it is. And the living proof of it will be when I'm still clean. What if and all that. I'm not promised tomorrow and day by day and all that. Yeah, I know. But I guarantee, I know for a fact, the group's something like this as well. But this is the way I need to live my life, and this is the way I do well. I know for a fact this time next year I'll still be clean. I know for a cold hard fact this time in 2 years I will still be clean, because I know what I'm doing works. I know my life is significantly better, and I am not answering to anyone but myself. I can't fuck up. I've got no one to blame but me. It's great. I've got no one to fall back on. That's not to say I don't phone up when I need help. I phone up if I need help. I'll pop in a group. But I have got no one to fall back on, no sponsor to ring, no nothing like that. Because what my mind does with that is it goes, you take the rails, you do it. Know what I mean? And I'll never do my recovery. And I'm guaranteed to fail, because you're instantly providing me with an excuse. I can't do that. So I hope that's informed a lot of people about what I mean and what I'm saying. And you don't have to agree with it. And you can leave in the comments why I'm wrong. I'll never accept it. I don't have to. That's your opinion. That's all it is an opinion. Whether you go, you can hit me with facts from books, and I can hit you with facts from different books. You can hit me with this, that, and the other. No matter what, it's an opinion, because you are not me. You are not me. So you cannot tell me how my addiction is going to work for me. You cannot tell me how to stay clean. You cannot tell me what clean is. Clean is what clean is to you. I am a crack addict. I am not just an addict to anything and everything. Thanks very much for watching. Please watch the video. Please listen carefully. Please go and get help if you need help. Please don't think that I'm saying NA and these places, they are fucking fantastic. CA, NA, I'm couldn't rave on about them more. Otherwise I wouldn't still like pop in from time to time. But like I said, 1,000,000% if it doesn't work for me. Thanks very much for watching. Like, share, subscribe, leave a comment, share it with your mates, all the good stuff. Boom, baby, let's get fucking used to. Yeah, boy.